Hey again, folks. Vincent back, answering your questions. Got one yesterday that I've had to think a little bit about. Is some advice that I gave to a young man who is taking his first project loss, his first L, as it were. Wanted a little bit of advice and guidance and support, and just I could think really just wanted to talk through some of the hurt that he was feeling. So there's a little bit of background. This individual was involved with a project that didn't go because of something unexpected and unforeseen. Didn't go the way that he had maybe planned. The very knee-jerk reaction, which is very common out in the business world, where it didn't go right away, and so we've got to stop and revert and he lost control of his piece of the project and felt that he wasn't. Ultimately, he knows that he's going to be successful, but knows that or feels that he's not going to get the credit that he deserves. Now, first of all, credit's not the be all and end all, and I think he should be very proud of the work that he's done. But we all have to live in the real world and know that sometimes the people that get the credit, or to the victor go the spoils, as it were. So we sat down and had a bit of a chat, and this is the advice that I gave him. Speaking from my own experience, whenever you're involved in something like this, it is tough to take a loss. It is tough to have invested your time and resources and your efforts and your passions into doing something, and then not be able to celebrate when it ultimately goes well. My advice to him and to all of you is not to worry when that does happen, because it does happen, and it will happen, and it happens probably more often than people are willing to admit. The important thing to him was that the people that were involved in the project from a sponsor level recognized the work that he did, and he will not be unrewarded. He looked at this as a loss, and it is. But the key thing for him is to take that loss, take that big capital L, and turn it into some learning. So recognize what mistakes you made, recognize how you can do things differently, and just avoid situations like this in the future. So, I think he was very clear on where he may have gone wrong and what he might have missed, and that's okay. I left him with the idea that, and I've lived by this for a long time, the universe is a pretty funny place, and things have a way of coming back around for you. It's not a whole karmic retribution thing, but I've been involved in projects where you do lose control of things, and something goes wrong, and someone tries to steal your thunder, which happens all the time, and ultimately those people need to explain what they did, and when they come to that point where they've something goes wrong with the new world, and they need to figure out what went wrong, and they have no clue, that's when things come back to you, and they will always seek you out. So it just consolidates sort of your knowledge and your learning, and as long as you're learning from these big losses, that's okay. It's when you get into situations where you're not taking this and not learning and advancing and making yourself a better project manager or business analyst or process analyst or black belt or green belt, whatever your given field is. If you're not learning from your mistakes, then you're just going to keep piling up those L's, and you're never going to get to the place where you want to be, because nobody wants to be a loser. So learn from your mistakes and be better in the future, because it's only really a loss if you don't learn from it. Once again, Vince Mirabelli, always taking your questions, comments, and emails and tweets on the world of project management and process in particular, process improvement, business analysis. So if you've got questions, send them to me. You can get me at my Twitter, at Vince_Mirabelli, and on the web at www.vincentmirabelli.com. See you next time.